always wear off, and apparently I think mine have as well. So this is what I was about to talk about before we went to break. A certain hockey franchise is moving to Brooklyn.
Oh, the
Ah,
Bronx, huh?
yeah, yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
New York Islanders, after their lease expires at their current arena, they will be moving to Brooklyn, home of the new Brooklyn Nets that Jay-Z absolutely loves. Yes, we will have a hockey team in Brooklyn. Name and logo staying the same. But there are a few problems with this. The first thing being the capacity. The arena just for hockey holds only 14.5.
Okay.
For basketball, it holds, what, 17.2, which I know that's the main priority of that. But what I don't like is they're just surrounding this arena just around basketball, and I feel like they need to add more seats. And then
I'm pretty
nowadays,
sure they will.
Nowadays, it just seems that hockey is getting even, worse in recognition. I mean, they don't care how big the arenas are, even though you're trying to fill up all your seats. I mean, the smallest arena right now is barely 15,000 in Winnipeg.
Okay.
I mean, most of these arenas aren't selling out. I mean, your guys' thoughts on this? I mean, does it
Okay.
kind of bother you?
So the hockey rings ain't selling out.
They aren't.
They aren't.
Only a few are. The only ones that seem to always sell out
Are
are,
Detroit.
are Detroit in America. We'll just start with USA. Detroit,
St.
Chicago,
Louis.
St. Louis has. Chicago's been doing it for the last 6, 7 years, and then all the Canadian teams, without a doubt, and then
Don't forget
San
the
Jose.
Sharks.
What about Los Angeles?
Who?
Just recently, because
Oh
of
yeah,
everything that's
yeah.
just happened,
The
they're now just
bandwagon
jumping on
fans
that
that jump
boat.
back on.
Now, the arenas that obviously have, less than half are Phoenix, which just signed a lease to stay there for another 25 years, which makes no sense. My Ducks, you can't move them because, one, they actually have a cup, in my opinion. You just can't move them at all. Nashville's always up and down. One season they'll sell out that arena throughout, but then one next season they'll just say, forget it, let's just not go and go watch football or play a nice country song. But I don't know what's going on with this. Do you feel like whatever arena the Islanders or whatever team plays at, should it be up to NHL, limits, and to them it's 15,000 at least?
You know, and I'll make it easier for everybody. Just cancel hockey altogether.
Then I'm out of a job here.
Okay. No, really. I mean, it really shouldn't matter. It shouldn't matter. I mean, if people. I mean, what's the average attendance for a hockey game?
Average attendance is about 14,000. For the Islanders themselves, only average about
So the
12,100.
stadium's fine.
Yeah.
So the stadium's fine. I mean, really, until people put more into hockey, you gotta leave it alone because sooner or later these owners are the ones losing money, not the team. So I mean, until more people actually start showing up, like say, where we talking Los Angeles when they weren't showing up until they won the cup, and Phoenix where they weren't showing up until they made it to the conference finals. I mean, that's normal though if you think about it. I mean,
Yeah.
St. Louis is empty right now. I mean, remember when they went what 1-15 a couple of years ago? They
Mhm.
went from the greatest show on turf to everybody loving them to hey, where's the paper bags? So it's really how it goes. I mean, the only time really anybody really catches fire is if it's really that type of a town. Like San Francisco sells out a lot, Oakland sells out half a time,
Mhm.
and it really matters what the fans really want to spend their money on. I mean, you got to put good product in the seats. I mean, you got to put products on the ice to make people want to go. I mean, I've never really been to a major hockey game. I would love to go, but I just never have.
And other teams that actually have problems putting people in their seats, according to this, is Dallas. Even though they've won a cup, they
They've won
do
a
have
couple
a.
of cups.
I mean, that's kind of a shock. Columbus, they just came in the league back in 2000, and they just sold away their best player in Rick Nash
Smart move.
to the Rangers. So that's really kind of a finger. Then you have Florida, the Panthers. They haven't done anything in the last years, and everyone pretty much turns towards Tampa Bay. And then the last team, for whatever reason, even though I feel like, are a dynasty, are the New Jersey Devils. Yes, they made the cup last year. They've won a few, but you don't hear of them like really anymore. And the only reason you see Pittsburgh and Washington filled up is because of their key stars in Crosby and Ovechkin.
Well,
So
that's the thing. I'd also see that I have stars. I mean, you can't just have people be traded away and let go up there. I mean, you get tired of spending $100 on a jersey when the guy's there like 2 years.
I mean, you can also turn this to any other sport. I mean, say the Niners pick up some big guy. I mean, say they picked up Peyton Manning for whatever reason.
I mean, he would have been there a year, just like how Randy Moss is. I ain't gonna go buy her. I mean, I would love to have a Randy Moss jersey just because of who Randy Moss is. but I'm not gonna go spend all kinds of money on a jersey just because he's gonna stay there a year.
And then plus you're not playing. I mean, some of these teams are playing rebuilding year almost every year. I mean, they say, okay, we ain't making the playoffs with what we have, so we'll just keep trading away and away. I mean, soon you're just gonna have like little kids on the ice.
That'd be kind of cool.
That wouldn't be cool, but hockey to me is a little different between basketball, football, and baseball.
It's more endurance type game.
And then plus when you see, the business aspect of it, say you don't even have a big player on your team. All you're going to keep doing is trading away draft picks, to get probably that next star. I mean, it doesn't make sense. I mean, your team's going to continue to stink.
Tell me your thoughts, Pete.
I'm still wondering why Phoenix needs a hockey team. I mean, you're playing hockey in the middle of the desert. Why does Phoenix need a hockey team?
Because they need to keep cool, Pete. Come on.
That's what air conditioning's for.
Well, save money on air conditioning. Let the Phoenix Coyotes play for it. No,
bring back the Hartford Whalers.
Yeah, that's what. You know what? I'm gonna do a little book from what I saw the Tampa Bay Rays do. They sucked for 10 years.
10 to 15.
And all they did was collect high top picks and put them in their little minor league teams. And when they finally came out of nowhere, no one saw what the Rays were going to do. And they totally shocked the world. That's what teams need to start doing. The problem is everybody just wants what they want, and it's all about money. That's the problem.
Which is sad. And going back to that aspect of money, going back to the collective bargaining agreement as well for the NHL, the commissioner, who I hate to death because he's pretty much Canadian bias, and we love using that word on this show. Bias.
He's a hosiery.
Yeah. He says it's unlikely for an 82-game season, so they're probably going to do what the NBA did last season with the whole, 66-game season it was.
Champs.
And we could, question the Heat all day about their championship. But, I mean, this is not a good move for hockey. Period.
Well, no, because hockey's like that. If you put all four sports up together, hockey's last always.
Yes.
It's funny because actually hockey falls below NCAA football.
Well, yeah, because it's football.
Within the top four.
And plus, you see more competition in NCAA football. But, after their first lockout, or their latest lockout, back in 2006, I believe, almost every team sold out except for 2 or 3.
But you also got to remember, okay, when you're looking at hockey, you're looking like baseball. What you see is the Detroit Red Wings, the Pittsburgh Penguins, the New Jersey Devils, the San Jose Sharks,
or Colorado
Avalanche. Those are the teams you always hear about the most, and that's why hockey is where it's at. Because no one wants to shell out the big bucks to get those players that they need to turn it around. Now, when you talk baseball, did anybody see the Detroit and the Giants beat in the World Series this year?
Probably not.
Nope.
Did anybody see, who was last year's Super Bowl?
Super Bowl?
The Giants and the Patriots rematch. Did anybody see that one?
So
nope.
Maybe people saw the Patriots and not the Giants.
I saw the Patriots and the Niners.
That's the game I saw. I'll be seeing the Super Bowl played this year. But anyways, what's the other sport here? Basketball. We all saw the Heat going. That's common sense. But no one saw the Thunder going. Anybody see the Thunder going? I didn't see the Thunder going.
Everyone saw the Spurs.
Yes. And are the Lakers.
Yeah.
And that's the problem. That's why sports are where they're at right now, because there's no really big salary cap to keep the changes going. And that's why people get tired. That's why I watch football. That's why it's the only game I like. Because obviously any given week a team could go to the title game. In baseball, sure, the Yankees got swept by the Tigers, but I mean, most of their stars were hurt. I mean, we don't know what could have happened.
And old.
Yeah.
So, I mean, until hockey really starts, the owners of hockey really start buying where other teams will start winning like Phoenix did last year, making their incredible runs, the Kings with their incredible runs. This is where hockey's always going to be at. It's always going to be at the bottom. And until something else changes, I mean, I'd rather watch the Kentucky Derby because you never know who's going to win.
And that's probably a smart thing to do. We're going to do a quick station identification. Take a listen.
We got your sports, we got your movies, we got your weather, and of course we got your music here on DC Free 89.5.
I know you want to tell us one last thing.
All right, we're going to talk some Delta Sports. Yes, Delta Sports.
Oh my God, this is probably first on the show.
Yes, you people walking by, pay attention. We got a game this Friday at this Saturday at 1 o'clock. Make sure you're there. We're playing Fresno City. We are actually a top 10 ranked team.
Heck
You people
yes.
should be out there cheering for your community college. I don't care if you like being here or not. You guys should be out there and show some Mustang pride. Take that popcorn you're eating and go out there to the game and you watch it. I don't care what you do, but show your love to the college you're at. Show some Mustang fever. The girls' volleyball team dominated yesterday, Fresno City. Did you guys care about that? Of course. No, you guys were watching the World Series.
No, I heard from you.
Well, it doesn't matter. You at least had a good excuse. But yeah, I mean, you know what these people are actually doing here, doing our thing. We're represented here. Wouldn't you guys actually want to see your team win a state title sometime? Wouldn't you guys actually want to say, hey, I went to a college where we actually had a big celebration for a victory? Of course not. Just keep walking to class. That's all you guys seem to want to do. But seriously, though, we got a game this Saturday against Fresno City at 1 o'clock at Dorito Field. You know, Coach Barlow's been doing a great job with this team. He's, I gotta say, 5-1 or 6-1, I think. Either way, we're on a 3-game winning streak, so that's all that matters. We've been dominating teams. We're on our way to the playoffs. We're going big!
That's what I'm talking about.
And you know what? We're going to state. We're all saying that, and also you can catch all of us broadcasting this game.
Yes,
I mean,
exactly.
I will be there.
Pete will be there.
And Crazy Richie will eventually be there. And
As soon as they let me out of the nut house.
and then you'll also see our buddy Brandon Heron, if he's not crying about his age still losing to the Tigers. We won't mention that except for me.
I will.
Now with that will close off our show today. For PJ Pete, Crazy Richie, this has been Sanity. You have listened to DC Sports Hour on DC Free 89.5.
Yeah!
You'll see us next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Goes down, the stars come out, and all that counts is here and now. My universe will never be the same. I'm glad you came.